You start super excited, you get a new idea, and you want to take over the world with it. You research, you learn more, you get to talk to other people, and suddenly your motivation starts going down and down and down and down. Before you know it, you drop the ball, you're not interested anymore, and nothing moves any longer forward. Subscribe. Today we're going to talk about self-motivation and how to find the sources that are going to give you all the fuel, all the motivation, all the power to continue driving yourself when motivation is the lowest. There's one thing that I love to ask the people in my workshops. I ask them one thing, and it is, what is the stuff that needs to happen at the end of the day for you to feel that it was satisfactory, for you to feel that it was fulfilling, for you to find motivation? Almost everybody says the same thing. I love it when people come to me at the end of the day and say thank you. When people at the end of the project recognize all the effort that I put into. That's all great. And definitely these are things that are going to give you a lot of motivation to continue doing what you're doing. But there is a big problem with doing that. When you rely on other people to say thank you, to appreciate you, to recognize you, then what's going to happen when nobody says anything for 6 months? Is your motivation going to be the same? Are you still going to have the same power, the same energy to drive your project further? I don't think so. This is why we cannot externalize our sources for motivation. You need to find a way so that this motivation that is driving you forward comes internally, because you only have control over your actions. So, how do you do that? Very easy. Next time you have a project, next time you're new at work and at a job, set goals for yourself. Figure out what it is that you want to develop from this project. Figure out what it is that you want to grow, what kind of skills do you want to gain, what kind of network do you want to build. Just identify 3 things that you personally want to get out of that role. Once you identify those 3 things that are going to give you the energy to move forward, then you have full control over your motivation. All you need to do is see how much you have grown compared to yesterday. It's not until you start competing with yourself that you start to push yourself forward. It is only when you can see that you are improving, it is only when you see that your skills are growing, that you get this motivation to go further. This way you don't rely on somebody else to tell you how great you are. Because just think about it. When was the last time you approached somebody and said thank you for what you do? I don't think it was that often. So if you know that you don't go that often to tell it to others, how can you expect it from other people for you to motivate yourself forward? This has a huge hit on your motivation. So by understanding those 3 things that you want to develop from a project, you'll be able to have control over your productivity. Once you have the 3 things that you want to develop, then the next thing is to look at the big picture. Just remember when you were at university. For sure, there were plenty of classes that you did not want to go to. But you did it anyway. And why did you do it? You didn't do it for getting the degree. You didn't do it for this piece of paper. You did it for the idea of what you can actually achieve once you graduated. When you're studying medicine, you don't push all that discipline just because you want to see and say that you're a doctor. No, it is the idea of saving lives. It is the idea of helping other people once you become a doctor, once you know all the medicine. And that's what pushes you to go through. It's the same thing with people working out. You don't like maybe working abs, you don't like maybe working biceps, but you know that it is necessary in order to stay fit. You have this bigger purpose, this bigger goal. This is why many companies try to push the idea of a why. Your purpose is going to be your ultimate driver. I want to wrap it up with a quote that really puts everything together. And it says, you either suffer the pain of discipline or you suffer the pain of regret. Next time you're doing a project, next time that you have to drive yourself, that you need that self-motivation to finish what you started, understand that there's going to be a process where your motivation is low. And you have 2 choices. Take advantage of what you have learned and push yourself forward. Don't let your motivation be influenced by other people that you don't have control over. Find those 3 things that you want to develop from everything that you do and focus on the big picture. See what is that thing that is going to motivate you to make it happen. What is that thing that is going to get you out of bed every morning? Thank you very much. I want to ask you to scroll down and share in the comments, how do you find your self-motivation? What do you do to stay motivated and finish your projects? Thank you very much, and see you next Thursday here at Skills of Life. My name is Juan Guerra. I'm the founder of Skills of Life. And make sure to subscribe so you stay updated with our new videos once a week, every week. To move forward, then you can say there is a process every time that you're pursuing. Now that you see the difference, now that you know the process between knowledge, now that you know the relationship between knowledge and motivation, now that we covered the relationship between knowledge